Well, good evening. How's everybody doing? You remember the universal sign for I'm doing good is woohoo. Are you ready? How you doing? Yeah, you hadn't lost your voice yet. I preached 4 times, done lost my voice today. Welcome to Life All Night. We're going to have so much fun together. I'm excited about it. I hope you are as well. I know that there's still a lot of people out there getting popcorn and whatnot. So if you have a seat that's inside of you to your section, I need you to help me out by moving into it, okay? Now, if you're saving a seat for somebody, I understand that. But if there's an open seat inside of you, like inside your section, move to it so we have seats we can find people to sit on, find for people to sit on the aisles. That'll help us out a great deal. Should be an absolute packed house tonight, and we're excited about it too. So let me ask a quick question. I know we have some guests here. If you are here tonight for Laugh All Night and you were not at one of our 4 services at Crosslink today, raise your hand. Anybody here that was not at one of our 4 services? Okay, guests. Church, welcome our guests. Give it up for those that are here for the first time today. Good to see you. We're thankful that you're here as well. Well, tonight we have the awesome privilege of hosting and hearing from a really funny guy. His name is Jonnie W. And he's coming here all the way from Knoxville, Tennessee. He's probably a volunteer fan. If that's the case, I feel bad for him. But all the way from Knoxville, Tennessee, Jonnie and his wife Curry live in Nashville now. He's originally from Knoxville, lives in Nashville now, and he's going to entertain and do a really, really good job. I'm excited about it. So I want us to welcome the right way. So everybody do this for me. Put your popcorn in your lap for a second. Just put it in your lap, okay? And hold your hands out about this wide, okay? Pretend like you got a balloon in your hands, okay? And on the count of 3, I want everybody to pop that balloon. If you got a balloon in between your hands, I want you to pop the balloon. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, pop it. Pop another one. Pop another one. Faster, faster, faster. Welcome to the stage, Jonnie W. Come on up, man.
How you guys doing? Everybody awake? Very good? Hey, pump that track up. And I want to start off with a song, if I could. We're in church. Let's do a special. We used to sing specials at my church. This is it's a song I wrote about how fat I've let myself get doing comedy on the road the last 7 years. And I hope that it blesses you and speaks to you in some small way. Thank you. Been eating all over town. Now when I look down, can't see my feet. I've been a glutton, broke the button off my jeans. I need to reduce my body. It's true. Oh, I gotta reduce my body, yeah. Because I'm getting huge, I always lose at hide and seek. I crammed a dozen Nutter Butters in my cheeks. Those are good. I need to reduce my body. Don't make me show you guys. It's late and I don't go to church here. I will show you. Oh, I gotta reduce my body, yeah. Ooh, because I'm blocking your view. Can't even bend over and tie my shoes. And that's why these are Tom's. True story. Yeah, I know there's too much cheese fondue in my body. And yeah, I know I sank your canoe with my body. Yeah. How we doing? You guys all right? Everybody good? Oh, man. Man, it feels good. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was a sitting ovation. I appreciate you guys cranking up the energy tonight for me. Feels good. Well, thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here, and I even got to hear some of Pastor's sermon. You guys have a great pastor here, man. Oh my gosh, this guy, he's preaching. He is bringing it. He's preaching hard. Even when he's making the announcement, did you notice he was even going? There was like a sermon illustration time. He was like, "You have a seat inside you." Deep inside you, is Jesus sitting in that seat? If not, move and leave it for a visitor. It was a weird, he's making it's okay. That's what pastors do, man. I was on staff at a church for about 5 years in Nashville, and I was a young adults pastor. And my wife worked in the nursery a lot, and so when we were redecorating the church, they were like, well, let's paint these rooms. And so I got to paint the nursery, and they wanted us to stencil scriptures on the walls, different scriptures for each room. And so I got to choose, and they didn't like the scripture I chose, because I chose, for the nursery, I chose 1 Corinthians 15:51. If you don't know what that says, it says, behold, I reveal to you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. And I thought, oh, that was perfect, but no. Turns out no. I loved growing up going to church, man. I did. I love, my mom was she was a praying woman, man. She took us to church, man. I grew up in Pentecostal church, man. So it was like, yeah, raise the roof. Woot, woot. It was high energy, During worship in Pentecostal, you're very much in danger sometimes. You know what I'm talking about. Being hit by a banner or a tambourine. You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. And I love the different kinds of denominations. I don't know what denomination this church is. What is it, Pastor? You guys? Baptist. Okay. All right. But you didn't put Baptist in the name because you're ashamed of it. I get it. That's cool. That's fine. Get them here however you can. There's a seat inside you. Whatever you need to do. Praise you. No, it's cool, man. But yeah, I did. And I love the different denominations. It's cool, man. We are all one body, man. That's what's great. And I travel now all over, all 50 states, man. It's fun, though. But I read about a church in Oklahoma, and they were kind of a tambourine kind of church. They had tambourines on the front row, and this lady comes in. This really happened. She grabs the tambourine. She starts playing it. And she was distracting everybody. She wasn't very good at the tambourine, I guess. I don't know how you mess up tambourine playing, but she did. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was a white lady. It's just a guess. And anyway, the usher comes down. He asked her to stop playing, because she was bothering everybody. She wouldn't stop. So they escorted her out into the lobby where they pepper sprayed and tasered her. They don't play around in Oklahoma, you guys. And my favorite thing is thinking about, what was the meeting like to decide that was going to happen with the ushers? Well, we got this budget surplus. We could enlarge the parking lot. We could get that roof fixed. Could print more Bibles and hymnals up. You know what, though? These ushers need stun guns. What's happening? And my favorite thing is the guy in the paper. He said what he said to the lady. This really happened. He said, well, she wasn't acting very Christianly. It's like, what Bible are you reading, pal? Well, it says right here in Psalms, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. But stay ye on the beat, or we shall electrocute thee. And it's right there, guys. Read it for yourself. That's in the Message Bible. You know it is. Come on. But, well, it's good to be here. I grew up in Knoxville, not too far from here, and I don't know if you guys. It's good to be around Southern people because the thing is, man, I go north a ton now, and it seems like the further north I get, they hear my accent. It's good to hear a pastor with a Southern accent. Oh my gosh, these Northern pastors, they're just so, and they think they don't have an accent. I just got back from Wisconsin. This lady was in the back at my table at the end of the show. She was like, "Your accent is adorable." Where are you from? I was like, I'm from Tennessee. She was like, do you date your sister? Right. I was like, no, we broke up. First of all, that is my testimony, and I don't appreciate. I'm kidding, guys. We're still together. You make it work in Tennessee, okay? You stay together. Focus on the family. That's what we say. I like that no matter where you're from, got to be true in Virginia, definitely true in Tennessee. No matter where you're from, there's an area more backwards than you that you can point to, right? It's a defense mechanism, right? Everybody's got somewhere worse off, and it makes us feel better. Tennessee, we're near the bottom in education. We're always like, yeah, we are bad, but what about those slack-jawed yokels in Alabama? Good grief, they're the worst. Alabama's like, yeah, but come on, Mississippi, they can barely read. Mississippi's like, yeah, but Paraguay. Good point. Good point. It's fun, though. I like doing this. It's a fun job. I was already in the back, just kind of hanging out. People were already seeing because I'd see me on the poster, I guess. You guys have been promoting the event. So they're just like, you're the comedian, aren't you? Yeah, I'm the comedian. And everybody, I was like, tell me a joke. I was like, give me $1. I don't appreciate, nobody else has to prove themselves on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're a chef? Bake me a cake right now. Bake it right now. Oh, you're a pharmacist? Sell me some drugs. Sell me drugs right now. Oh, you're from Abingdon? Sell me some drugs. Sell me. We don't do that. I don't know, man, but it's fun. I don't know. I like this is a fun job. I love getting to travel. Pastor was asking if my wife ever travels with me. She does. It's true. Sometimes she gets to come with me. She has her own job too, and I want her to have her own life. It's drag her to my shows to sit behind my merch table and hear my jokes for the 100th time. So I say, if you ever want to go, like you're on the trip, like I want you to go. So we travel a lot together too, but she'll be like, where are you going? And last week it was like, oh, I'm going to Fort Lauderdale. They're getting me like a timeshare, and I'm doing a church on Sunday morning. She's like, let's go. So I got her a plane ticket. And then this week she was like, where are you going? And I was like, I'm going to Harrisonburg, Virginia. She's like, I'll see you when you get back. So that was she's honest. She's an honest person. I got to go to Iowa, you guys, a few months ago. If you ever get a chance to go to Iowa, go ahead and skip it. Here's the thing. There's no reason to go. It's just a corn maze from which there's no escape. There's nothing happening. And I was on tour with a guy named Tim Hawkins that I travel with, and so we were on his bus. He's a cool tour bus, so we're driving, and we see, he's not coming, guys, I'm sorry. But we're driving, and we see this big cornfield, and in the cornfield there's a big cemetery, funeral home, and the sign on the front of the funeral home says this: now offering double-decker grave plots. I said, you pull this bus over right now. I got questions. Double decker, what? I get out. The guy was digging the hole. Luckily, we had somebody to question. I said, what are you doing here? He goes, well, we go 10 feet down, stage is 6, we go 10 feet, and then we put the first person in, then we put 4 feet of dirt, and then I guess they wait. I want to be there when that second person goes in, so I can be like, king me. You know what I'm saying? I just need, you can move wherever you want in the cemetery after that move. It frees you right up. You know it does. Why stop at 10 feet? Go 20 feet down. Put your whole family. Just play Connect 4. Do whatever you need to do. I told that joke in a little missionary Baptist church a couple months ago. It did not go well. This lady came down the front after the show. Sir, I would never have a double-decker grave plot. I'm like, ma'am, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. She's like, I'm not offended, but my husband's not even saved. So if I die first and they put him on top, then the dead in Christ try to rise, he's blocking me. I had not really thought of that. So that's just physics, really. That's just a physics lesson. Oh, no. Well, I know they showed one of the videos of my show and everything, but you guys know this is true. This really happened. Over the last year, I've lost about 50 pounds since last year, so I'm pretty proud of that. I'm doing good, even though we're working. It's a work in progress. Still wearing the dark colors and untucking, but it's a journey. This is phase 2. Leave me alone. It's hard, man. It's hard on the road, man, if you're gonna try to eat right, And I just tell you, man, I've never lost enough weight that anybody was ever worried about me. I've not even got to that point yet. I'm still a big guy. No one's ever been like, is Johnny sick? It's always like, hey, look who's down to a B cup. So I appreciate that they're hateful people that I hang out with, But it's hard, man. You try to grab, it's fast food. It's taken over. I need to stop. But it's like, you have to grab whatever's quick and cheap sometimes. It's like, Chick-fil-A is my favorite. You're going to have fast food, you got to have Chick-fil-A. I don't know if you guys, it's great, right? They love the Lord. They're closed on Sundays. They love the Lord. You will still get heart disease. You understand you're eating fried chicken, right? You just know that doesn't, okay. Chicken, sometimes for breakfast too, you go in there, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Fried chicken biscuits for breakfast. That is America right there, okay? Take that, Al-Qaeda. But here's the thing. They have a menu item at Chick-fil-A that made me uncomfortable even as a carnivore. And that was the chicken egg biscuit. You seen that? Chicken and egg together. Anybody else think that's a little bit brutal? It's like saying to the chicken, I will eat you and your unborn fetus. Get in here. I will wipe your family out and then I'm gonna go to work. I feel nothing inside. That is an angry sandwich. That's all I'm saying. That is angry. You talk about killing 2 birds. That's too many jokes. I'm sorry. It's hard, man. But yeah, you do the best you can. It's hard. We joined a gym, and you go in there. It's intimidating in there. There's always people in there that live in the gym. They love working out. I'm not a big workout guy, I just turned 40. I go in there. There's a guy in there the other day. He looks like he's about 40, but he's just ripped from head to toe. He's all muscular. And I was like, man, is this what I would look like if I cared? I felt bad. He had the cool shaved head. I guess he was going bald, then he shaved his head. You need to know what kind of head you have if you're going to try that move, gentlemen. Let me just say that. You need to know what kind of craters you're working with back here. But he looked so ripped, and I was feeling bad about myself till he turned around. When he had fat rolls on the back of his neck, I got to tell you, I rejoiced inside because, look, the way I see it, I may never have a 6-pack up here, but at least I ain't got a pack of hot dogs in the back. That is just how I feel about it. I don't know. But it's hard in there too, you know. You try to do, we did the P90X. I tried that. Anybody do the P90X at home? Oh my God. Oh, and you can still raise your hands above your head. Good for you. I can only get to here. I did it one day, P1X, and I'm still wearing a 2X. But it's a journey, and we'll get there together. But and we're weird about food in this country anyway. Food's kind of an obsession in America, you know, and I think it's interesting. But really the true obsession that it exposes is our obsession with beauty and cuteness. Like we just love cute things a little too much. And it even creeps into our relationship with our food. Think about it. Like chicken and eggs, put them together. We don't care. Because chickens are ugly, they're beady-eyed. Nobody cares. But we went on a mission trip with my church to Southeast Asia, and they eat dogs and cats there. And the whole team's freaking out. Why would they do this? Because they're too cute, right? They're too cute to eat. But if something looks like a bug, you know, what do we do to lobsters? Boil it alive. Like we're a Bond villain. What are we doing? Oh my gosh. Lobsters. And lobster's great, whatever, but I can't do it anymore. My buddy made lobster for me at his house. You ever have that happen? He's like 5 feet from me in the kitchen. So I hear the sound of the lobster going in the pot. This whistling, screaming sound comes out. I was like, I'm out of here. And my buddy comes running out of the kitchen all defensive. Johnny, settle down. That's not a scream, first of all. That's just a physiological reaction. That's air escaping. Air is escaping. I said, that's what a scream is. It's a very convenient reaction to the animal that can't speak for itself. No, they love it. It's like a jacuzzi. I love it. That's like seeing somebody get stabbed in the parking lot after the show and being like, he's just letting off excess blood. He's fine. He had a lot of blood. We do. And I know, like, a lot of vegetarian friends back in Nashville, you know. That's kind of the trendy thing, like going off me. That's fine. Do whatever you want to do. Just don't. People want to rope you into the way they eat. It's weird. They want to convert you. Join us. It's strange. Do you know what you're doing to your body? This lady was eating, my wife's friend, she was eating with us, and I'm holding my piece of bacon. She's staring me down the whole meal. I can tell she's dying to say something, you know. I was like, what? She's like, do you have any idea how they make that? I was like, I don't, but you tell them it's working. Because this is like a hug from Jesus. I'm not kidding around. It's amazing. And if you're a vegetarian here, I don't want to offend you. Please don't be offended. I'm not afraid of you charging the stage and attacking me. You're far too weak. But what I'm saying is like that. It's not my goal. Because I get it, man. I mean, we're all conflicted. We're all conflicted about it anyway. Even if you eat meat, I mean, I know we probably got a lot of people that hunt and eat meat here. It's fine, man. But we're conflicted too, and I'll prove it to you. No matter where you live, they change the name of the meat, the cuter the animal gets. Why do they do that? It's a coping skill. Chicken, fish, lobster. Chicken, fish, and lobster. They're ugly. They're beady-eyed. Boom. You get to cows, though. Cows have a cute face. Beef. This one's beef now. Everybody feels better. This isn't deer. Venison. Venison now. This isn't raccoon and squirrel meat. This is a McRib. We changed the names. That's what I'm saying. We change them up. Some of you guys are like, is that true? We don't know what's in a McRib. Be honest with yourselves. All we know is it goes away and then it comes back. Where's it going? McRib is back. Where did it go? Was the government involved? It's weird. And at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, where I live, one of the students, chemistry major, he did a study on McRib sandwiches, all the chemicals in a McRib. And he made the paper because he found a chemical in McRibs also used to make exercise mats. Yes, that is gross. And if you're in here and you eat McRibs, you're probably like, what is an exercise mat? Doesn't make any sense. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's cool. I'm married. I'm going on to 20 years of marriage to my lovely bride. I'm pretty proud of that. Some married people in the house. Yeah. It's good, man. Marriage is great, man. I love my wife. And that's the thing. When you get food stuff, it creeps into your marriage too, man. Because my wife, she's on a different diet than me. She's on that gluten-free diet. Anybody doing the gluten-free thing? Oh my God, I'm going to pray for you. It's hard, man. Gluten's in a lot of stuff, it turns out. It's like in flour and wheat, and it was making her sick, you know. So I was like, okay, I'll be supportive. This whatever. I'm going to eat my pizza from over here so you can't smell it. You go. That's how I'll be supportive. And but no, I was trying so hard. But she brings home the first night after the doctor said, you got to go off gluten. She brings home these gluten-free brownies. I'm like, I'm on board. But through that process, we've learned that gluten is what they're putting in food to make it delicious. Because these were like a punch in the face. It's horrifying. But I was doing my best, man. It's hard. And that's the thing, when you got those issues, man, because you want to stay together, you want to make it 20 years like me. You don't cheat on the marriage. You cheat on the diet together. That's right. That's how you stay together. And you don't know when a cheat night's going to be, do you? Could be a night like tonight. I don't feel like cooking. We got that comedy show. You guys just want to grab something, maybe? Step one. But unfortunately, there's still healthy food in restaurants too, so you don't know if you're all the way there yet. That's why you got to have that weird standoff looking across the menus at each other. Because whoever orders first sets the tone. That's why nobody wants to go first. You're like, hey, sweetie, you ready? Yeah, I don't really know what I want. Do you know what you want? Yeah, I'm not really, I don't know yet either. Hey, can you give us one more second? I'm trying to break her will. If you could just give us a... Then finally she'll look up. I think I'm just going to have a grilled chicken salad or something. Oh, God. Yeah, I guess I'll just have these kale chips. Please, just kill me. The worst. It's brutal. But that's the thing, man. It's hard, but you do the best you can. And I'm saying, too, if you want to make it 20 years like me, I don't know who's been married. Who's been married longer than 30 years? Longer than 30 years, raise your hands. Only made 30 years longer? What do you got, sir? How long? 41. Wow, this guy's 41 years. That's amazing. Anybody more than 41? More than 41? What do you got in the back there? Somebody raise their hand? Nobody more than 41? 41 years. 45? You took your time with that, sir. Did you not know that 45 was a bigger number than 41? Were you just trying to be all humble? You're going to wait till I moved on to the next joke and just shout out, 45! Weirdo. They don't like that shouting out stuff here. It's a Baptist church. Did you hear the man? Calm down. 45 years, that's pretty incredible, though. It's pretty good. And I always like to ask because I'm trying to make it. But see, this thing, 20 years, my wife's already annoyed with me already. We're hanging by a thread. She's awesome, though. But I always want to ask, how do I make it? 45 years, that's 25 more years. How do I make it to 45 years? Any piece of advice you can give me? Yes, dear. Yes, dear. That's beautiful. She didn't even have to speak. She just kind of looked over like, you know what to say. You better say the right thing. We're going to talk in the car about this after the show. It's good, man. I asked this one guy at my show last week, he'd been married 67 years. It was unbelievable. And I was like, please tell me, how do I make it to 67 years? And he took a long time. I was like, oh my gosh, he has passed out. He's gone, Praise the Lord. But it was great. But I was like, and then he waited forever. And then finally, just out of nowhere, I was like, how do I make it to 67 years? He was like, don't get divorced. And I've kept that inside. It's a beautiful sentiment. It's a beautiful thing. To me, it's like you got to have a thing that's just your thing. You got to have your own little thing that's just your wife and your thing. Because the whole world, it's you against the world when you're in a couple, man. You got to just hold on to that. Some couples have movie night. They hold to that. They go out once a week. Some couples go have a bowling league or whatever. Me and my wife, what we like to do to stay together, we make fun of other couples. Now, what you want to do if you want this to be your hobby, you got to get yourself into a church. Get plugged in because there are some weirdos in your church. I promise you that. Weird. Get in a life group. Go deeper. Life group. Yes. Big weirdos in there. You get it, the layers peel off. And if you don't know who the weirdos are, you're the ones. So just know that's out there. It's out there for you. But we had a newlywed couple at our life group last month at my house. And so they're introducing each other. We go around the room, introduce each other. And this couple, and she starts off, she's like, I'm Jennifer, this is Brad. And we are soulmates. Soulmates. He finishes my sentences, you guys. It's just my sentences. My wife and I just laugh, because we know a year from now they're going to be in therapy. And she's going to be like, he won't let me finish a sentence. This guy is the worst. But my wife puts up with a lot. I'm a snorer. I have night terrors. Do you guys know what night terrors is? It's like a nightmare you're still in. You're punching and strangling. It is your wife. That is no good. That's bad. And she's like, if I'm not going to get any sleep, I'm going to have some fun. She started putting scary movies on when I come into the room at night, just kind of creeping thoughts in my head. And I know it's a church event or whatever. Nobody's going to judge you. Like, who will admit they watch scary movies? Anybody like the scary movies? Anybody watch those? Like horror movies? Hell, 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 hell. I'm kidding, guys. Nobody can decide that about your pastor. Let's move on. Let's move on. But she does. She tries to scare me. She hangs her clothes on the door for the next day. like her outfit, like shirt, skirt, shoes, the shape of a person. I wake up. I said, you gotta stop that. She was like, listen, there's nothing on top, you moron. So listen, which one is scarier to you, okay? A stranger in my room at night or a stranger in my room at night with no head wearing my wife's clothes? It's horrifying. But yeah, man. She started taking this stuff to sleep called ZzzQuil. You seen this? ZzzQuil from the makers of NyQuil. Because what, NyQuil isn't already 80 proof? What are you doing, guys? Come on. Here's the commercial for ZzzQuil if you've never seen it before. Hey, let's say you're not sick at all, but you just want to lay down for a long, long time. ZzzQuil. It's like, baby, call it what it is. Booze and snooze. That's what it is. Fooling no one. She does, man. She's cool, though. We actually don't have kids. We stopped at none, and a lot of people are weird about that. You know, that's okay. That's fine. You know, and already I can feel it. Like people are like, oh, I was really connecting with you, and now you've proven that you're a selfish person. And then some of you guys, the other half of you are like, please take one of mine. That's fine too. That's fine too. But we have been praying about it. A lot of people in my church were adopting. And maybe that's for us. We've been praying about it. We've decided this is going to be our year. We just finalized the process. We're going to be adopting this year. So I'm pretty proud of that. And it's going to be a neat thing. Yeah, pretty neat. I think we actually have a photo. Do we have that photo? Yeah, it's a pretty neat time in my house. This is our daughter, Elaine. She's a mile and a half long. She's very tall, tallest in her class. I don't know. It's hard to know. That's the thing. It's hard to know if you're ready to be a parent. I don't know if I'm responsible enough. I'm an uncle. I love being an uncle. Nobody ever claps when you're an uncle because you shouldn't. There's no responsibility for being an uncle. Just keep him alive. That's all you got to do. My little 5-year-old nephew, Josh, he comes over to the house sometimes, and I love him a lot. But it's kind of a test sometimes. You know, he's mischievous. I don't know if anybody has a mischievous child. Maybe some of them are here. So don't point, don't look. But here's how you know if you have a mischievous child like Josh. If your child smiles and it causes strangers to be like, oh my gosh, that's adorable. But when you see that same smile, you're like, oh God, he has put the cat in the dryer again. And that's Josh, man. He's always into stuff. And I'm watching him the other day. He's in the cul-de-sac in my neighborhood playing with the neighbor kids. I'm watching him like a good uncle from the second story window. It's fine. Having some ZzzQuil. I look down. He has gone into my tool shed and brought back a can of gold spray paint. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. But it's got the child-safe lid. I'm feeling okay. Till one of his friends goes into his dad's tool shed, brings back a hammer. And I see him motion to Josh, hit it with this. Now, if I'm a parent, I'll run down there and put a stop to that immediately. But I'm an uncle. So I was like, let's see what happens. You guys, he hit that can. He was instantly gold. It's amazing how fast a person can become gold. He was all shiny. That's when I know I'm not ready, man. He comes running in all upset. I'm supposed to comfort him. I'm like, get up here, buddy. You're okay. I would like to thank the Academy. It's a beautiful moment. It's a beautiful moment for us. Can I play a little music for you guys tonight? Can I play some guitar for y'all? Is that all right? Yeah. Sweet. Living in Nashville now is it's a whole different thing, man. It's pretty cool. But people always want to know if I see country stars. You know, they always imagine that you just run into people, country stars, and I normally don't. But the other day I really did, and it was really odd because you don't expect it. But I saw Kenny Rogers coming out of the grocery store, and I don't know if you've seen Kenny lately. But he may have had some work done. He is looking like an old man wearing a Kenny Rogers Halloween mask now. It is no good. And I'm not mad about it. That's fine, man. You got the money and you don't feel better about yourself. Whatever, man. Cut away. It does not bother me at all. But I'm just saying, if you are his surgeon, you got those jowls pulled back tight. Like, you got to know when to hold them. My wife does not like that joke. She's like, that is mean. You're going to be telling that joke in Nashville one day, and Kenny's going to be in the back of the room crying. Like, sweetie, all that Botox, Kenny can't cry anymore. Come on, man. All right. Pick up here. I'm looking for a pick. Can I get a pick? Oh, found one. Got it. Disaster averted, you guys. It's fine. I love doing church events. They're my favorite kind of events, especially something like this, man, where we're trying to raise awareness and sponsorships for a great ministry like New Missions. And I think it's going to be a great night. But sometimes I get to do corporate events too. I like those as well, you know. You never know what you're going to get with a corporate event. It'll be some awards dinner or something. You never know what you're walking into. And I got invited last month to do a hunting and fishing expo in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And they did not like me. And unbelievably so, I walked out. I mean, they were all wearing camouflage, first of all. I did not expect that. They were just all of them, head to toe. And I was just like, almost didn't see you there. Nothing. I got nothing from these people. They had deer heads on the wall, just mounted deer heads, just staring me down. That's a little unsettling. They had a stuffed turkey right at my feet, just. I didn't know I was supposed to just walk out and do my show like that's not there. I felt like that turkey story needed to be told. I did. And so I wrote a song for those guys that day. Since I'm here back in the South, I thought I'd play it for you guys tonight. This is my turkey song, and I hope that you enjoy it, but I'm really not counting on it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah! He's got a gun! The next song I want to do. There's another verse, but we don't have time. We don't have time, so. I really don't. I'm not like a big hunter. I mean, I know that's kind of weird. I live in the South. I don't have a gun. I mean, I'm not against guns, man. Have your guns, whatever. I have night terrors. What am I going to, I don't need just picking off the coat rack in the dark. That's no good. I get that it puts me at a disadvantage. If there is an intruder, I'd be like, hey, can't we just talk this out? No? Okay. Sweetie, he wants you to go with him. I'm gonna miss you. She has so much going on. Okay. But yeah, man. I don't know. One thing, I do have hunting buddies now. It's interesting. And I actually got to kind of brag to them the other day because I was with a friend, and he's one of those texter and driver people, you know? He can't stop texting and driving. You guys got to put down your phones, man. Somebody's going to get hurt, man. He's on Facebook. I'm driving down the road, 60 miles an hour. I'm in the passenger seat. He's on his Facebook. Are you kidding me? He drops his phone. And I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'll get it. I go, you'll get it. I'll get it. We go down together. Who's driving the car? Nobody. We go off the road. We're airborne, literally. We're in this, and we land in this culvert with water. There's like a big brook flowing below us. And evidently, we landed softer than I thought. I was like, wow, this is bad. And the car, sure enough, was totaled. We get out, though, and underneath, and what had broken our landing was a deer that was drinking from the brook. And so we get out, and it's just like Wicked Witch of the East underneath there. And I felt bad, you know, but it's like, oh man, you know. And it was a cool story to be able to tell my hunting friends finally. I was like, yeah, I bagged a deer last weekend, you know. And they'd be like, what'd you use? I was like, Corolla. So that was a cool story that we could share. And I know we teach children that animals are innocent, but come on, let's be honest. If God drops a car on you from out of nowhere, okay, that deer was up to something. Can we at least admit he had sin in his life? But I'm actually becoming a big fan of country music. I didn't really think that was going to happen. I didn't grow up listening to country music. But now, I'm coming up on 20 years anniversary, and I'm trying to write a song for my wife. And I'm ADD, man. You can already tell. I change subjects all the time. It's weird. And when I try to write a song, get halfway done with a song, and I feel like, I move on. I always feel like I have to move on. And so I have all these half-finished songs, and my August is my anniversary. It's coming up. So I got to get finished. This is what I have so far, and being that Harrisonburg, Virginia, definitely the country music capital of Virginia. I thought that I would just run it by you guys, and you can tell me what you think so far. So this is what I have so far. They say that feelings fade away just like the morning dew. But honey, they don't understand the way I care for you. And even in our golden years, we'll never call it quits. When we're old and wearing diapers, wearing Depends with benefits. That's all I have so far. That one's going to be called I Won't Let You Change Me. It's brand new. Did everybody get that one that's going to get it? I will move on, okay? I don't know. A lot of country songs are interesting. It's about your family, you know, like learning, you know, from the older generation in your family, gleaning wisdom, you know, going down to the fishing hole with Papa, him teaching you a life lesson. I didn't really have that kind of experience with my grandparents, you know. I had a kind of a kooky family, and so it's kind of hard to finish that song too, but this is what I have so far. These days we're in a hurry. No one takes the time to listen. If we ever stopped and looked around, we'd see what we've been missing. Like Saturdays at Grandma's, the whole family gathered round. We loved to hear those stories as we sat there on the ground. She'd tell us about the good old days, and before she was through, she'd offer up some free advice, and most of it rang true. She said, try your best, hold your head up high, win or lose. Don't judge a man until you've walked a mile in his shoes. And you have to wear this tinfoil hat or the government will read your thoughts. That's when we realized that Nana might be crazy. That's brand new too, so we'll get there. I don't know. It's brand new. I don't know. I think some songs should be short, though. That's the thing. We have all these songs, they feel like they got to make them 3 minutes long so we can listen to them on the radio. But some songs should just end, I think even in Christian culture, we have like worship songs, they're what I call question songs. Chris Tomlin writes a lot of question songs. He asks questions in the song, doesn't answer it in the song. It's weird. How great is our God? Pretty great. It's pretty great. He's got one called How Can I Keep From Singing Your Praise? How can I keep from singing your praise? There ought to be a part in that song where a big choir just goes, we can't. That's all I'm saying. Help me out, But it's no better in secular culture, man. On the radio, it's full of songs like that. I have questions, they don't answer. But easily, the song could just end. It could just end right there, To me, this is an old love song. Many of you guys have heard it. It's like, why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Because I have bread. That's it. That's why. I don't know. Well, hopefully I'll get to meet some of you guys after the show tonight. We're gonna take time and watch a video here in a few minutes, and then Tim's gonna talk about the new missions ministry and kind of tell you about their vision. And then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go take some medication. I'll be right back, and then I'll do some more. And okay, that wasn't really okay. Thank you though. But I want to before I hand it off to the video and before I hand it off to Tim, I want to do something special. I'm on the internet. I don't know if you guys have the internet yet here, but it's coming. They are doing fascinating things with electricity, and you are going to be so excited. I'm on Facebook. If you like Facebook, you can find me on there and friend me, and please don't poke me. Please don't. It's weird. Facebook's great for people my age. You can reconnect with all the people that you knew in high school, and then suddenly realize, this is why I disconnected from you in the first place. I had forgotten that you're a racist pothead. Let's do this later. You've had a chance to grow up. I like Twitter the best. Twitter's my favorite thing on the internet right now. You get 140 characters, letters or spaces to kind of tell whatever you're going to say. So it limits you. I like that. Facebook people just blather on. Like, then I went to the mall, they didn't have my size, and so we got to get groceries. Oh my gosh, stop it. Just please. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to drive here. Anyway. Twitter, you can't do that. You got to get in, get out. So over the last few years, writing jokes on Twitter, I've ended up with a lot of random thoughts that have no real place in my show or society. And since I do music, sometimes music makes things a little more palatable. And so I like to close the first part of my set tonight with that. This is something I call the joke medley. And thanks for listening. I want to host a game show where redneck contestants answer trivia questions for cash and prizes. And wrong answers cost them their hair. It's called Mull It Over. Do dermatology conferences have breakout sessions? Arizona makes me nauseous, but it's a dry heave. People who don't believe in autocorrect go straight to heel. If you didn't get that one, you have a flip phone. I'm so sorry. A woman in France married a stone bridge last week. Let me repeat that one. A woman in France legally married a stone bridge last week. Her last marriage was suspended. A UFC fighter came to my show last week. He offered to train me, but I told him I'm really more of a KFC fighter. Got kicked out of Starbucks the other day for doing my martial arts. Turns out they don't like it when you practice Tai Chi while drinking a chai tea. I'm not ordering this cured ham until the waitress can tell me what it had. I think books about bankruptcy should start with chapter 11. A woman in France married a stone bridge last week. If this goes badly, how will she ever get over it? Started running the other day, doing one of those couch to 5K plans. The hardest part so far is learning to jog with this sofa on my back. As a teenager, I was really awkward around girls. I wasn't someone you would call someone you would call. If VeggieTales ever does the story of Jesus, I really hope there's a character called Judas is a Carrot. So my dad was a conjoined twin. We used to refer to his brother as my uncle on my father's side. It's all right, guys, settle down. They were surgically separated. Now he's my uncle once removed. Thank you very much. That was the joke medley, and I hope that you enjoyed that very much. Very nice. Well, we still got a lot of laughs to go. I wanted to take a break though, and we're going to watch a video. I will say this about New Missions too. I've hung out with Tim a few times, and we've got to do a couple of shows together, and I just love what they're doing, and I think you're going to really be impressed. I know many of you guys already are a part of what they do, and because we've had a few events here, but man, they're just doing such great work there. And I think it's interesting too when I can lend my voice to something like this, because it's such a great cause. And many times as Christians, we're great at loving people in general, and we're terrible at loving someone in particular. And so I love the opportunity to go and look and hold this packet of this child in my hands and say, this is a life that I can change. When I was a kid, we used to have these books. I don't even know if they still make them anymore, but we had these books, and they would say, it was a choose your own ending. You guys, they still make those? Where you get to page 5, and it's like, you could, if you want to share the ice cream with your brother, then you turn to page 15. If you want to hit your brother in the head with a shovel, you go to page 52. And so I'm on page 52. And but I love the idea of, like, there's this sliding door effect that happens with a ministry like this, where literally we can step into somebody's situation and we can change the situation and we can alter their destiny, and you can be a part of that. And so they're going to show a video, and then Tim's going to come talk to you for about 5 minutes. I'm going to come back and do a lot more jokes. So just sit tight, watch this.
On Labor Day weekend, when I was 13 years old, the pastors in our church were going away to a convention, and they needed someone to preach. So they got this Bible school student to come and preach at my home church in Boston. And so George D. Tellis came, and he preached, and he gave an altar call and asked if there was anybody that would give their life in full-time missionary service. And I went forward. And when I turned 50 in the month of June, he asked me to be his girlfriend. He had to wait until I turned 18 before we got married. And then he was pioneering a church in Medford, and he was busy on the East Coast doing evangelistic services, having radio ministry. We started having children. He started having a family. Dad had been in the ministry for about 25 years then. He was working very hard. And when his birthday rolled around, in 1977. I saw an ad in the Worcester Telegram and Gazette for $25. I could sign him up for 6 sailing lessons. And Dad wanted to study all about sailing. So he went to the library and he was dreaming about sailing into the Caribbean. And then he met someone coming through town that had been to Haiti, and we started visiting Haiti for 3 years. We wanted to do something in Haiti. We wanted to make a difference. We'd go back and we'd see the children, and their bellies seemed to be still bloated. Their hair still seemed to be red. After 3 years, he said, if I'm going to ever do anything in Haiti, I need to be here. A Baptist pastor overheard him and said, I know where there's a piece of land for sale. People were afraid of this land. They said that there were devils in the land, nothing would grow, and he prayed about it for a whole year. He says, when I was walking on the land today, God spoke to me, and he said, George, go with it. And so we just went like Tarzan and Jane. We just went with tents, with no source of drinking water outside of an 8-mile trip. We were so excited to tell people about Jesus, we often forgot how uncomfortable we were. They laugh about it today, but they really believe that the Americans and the white people came to eat Haitian people. We arrived on a Thursday, and on a Sunday morning we had church with planks of wood and cement blocks and a banner tied between 2 coconut trees. We basically had a few children come. We were challenged with the language, little kids giggling, but we preached the word the best we could, and little by little the children kept coming back, their parents kept coming back. We went from village to village to village, opening schools, drilling wells, having health services, and planting churches. Pastor George, when he was with his Haitian pastors, especially the last few years, he would say to them, I'm not always going to be here with you. And so he trained them so they could be the leaders. Now it's 30 years. So little children, 2 and 3 years old, 10 years old, that were once the little hungry children with the bloated bellies and the red hair are mature, strong Christian leaders. They have the dream, they have the calling, they have the anointing by the Holy Spirit, and they're out preaching, and they're finding the villages that need Christ. And we're going on as onward Christian soldiers with the gospel of Jesus Christ, with an army of Haitian leadership preaching the word of God to heal the land of Haiti.
Great to be with you all this evening. How y'all enjoying Jonnie W so far? Isn't that awesome? Man, it's been great. I'm so glad you got to meet my mom in that video. I'm Tim DeTellis, and we've been serving in Haiti for 32 years now. I actually just flew home from Haiti this Friday. This last week we had some really great opportunities to meet with some of our leadership there on the ground. Today in Haiti, there are 28 churches established. We actually established our 28th church and school this year. So really awesome, yeah. This last week while I was in Haiti, one of our churches had a baptism service, and they started in their church, and they had put on the baptism robes, and they began singing a cappella, and they'd walk down the gravel dirt road all the way out to the ocean, and it was probably about maybe almost a quarter of a mile walk, and it was just awesome just to witness these lives changed. At the end of the video, you saw a picture of a pastor. He is now the pastor of the church that had that baptism service this last week. What you don't know is that's actually the very first church that we established in Haiti. And he's a graduate of ours, grew up in that church. His mom was a single parent, brought him to our school when he was just 4 years old. And so it's just awesome to see this life change. And this last week, I also had the opportunity to have a moment of celebration with the class of 2005. They gathered for their 10-year reunion. And it was awesome to see these graduates together where 85% of them are employed in Haiti as architects, teachers, pastors, nurses. It's just so awesome to hear the stories. And that's what's happening in our mission is we're going to Haiti to plant churches and establish Christian schools and to change the life of a child. And tonight in the foyer, there are photographs of children. And tonight, it's very unique, actually. I mean, I would consider this kind of once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because the children that are here tonight are from the village of T-Riviere, where Calvary Crosslink helped partner with New Missions to build a new church and school in that community. And so all the children here tonight are from that village of T-Riviere. My father and I were going down the coastline of Haiti on a wooden boat and saw these coconut trees on the shoreline and went ashore and asked, where are we? And they said, T-Riviere, and we didn't know where we were, and we asked them, do you have a church or a school? They said they did not, and so we went back and planted a church and school there. But the building was damaged in the earthquake, and so we rebuilt the entire campus, and your church was a part of doing that. So tonight, the children in the foyer are exclusively from T-Riviere, the first 22 children that are there. And to sponsor a child, your support of $30 a month provides an opportunity for a child to go to school, receive a meal each day at school along with their medical care, and most importantly, a local church in their community. And you don't need to give any financial support tonight, but all you need to do is just meet a boy or girl. On the back of the photograph is their full name and their birthday. Maybe you want to find a child with a similar birthday as your kid or grandkid. And then inside, all you need to do is just fill out this simple envelope. It just leaves your contact information with us, and then hand that back to a volunteer. And you keep the packet. You're the only one sponsoring the child. And what's really cool with New Missions, you can write to your child and correspond back and forth. You can also pack a Christmas shoebox for your child at Christmas time and send them a special gift. At New Missions in Haiti, 100% of our schools and churches are led and run by Haitians that we have raised up over the years. And New Missions is not just raising support and sending it somewhere that we don't know where it's going. We're actually an active mission because we build and staff 100% of what we do overseas. We're not just outsourcing it to someone we don't know. And the T-Riviere location I know is very close and near and dear to your church's heart. So if God puts it upon your heart tonight to partner with us, we'd love to meet you in the back, and you can pick up a photograph of a boy or girl. But if maybe sponsorship's not something that you and your family can do, I really would encourage you to come by the table and just look at a photograph of a boy or girl, turn that picture over, and by name, just shout out a prayer to God for them. And I know that right now in Haiti, we see Haiti as a country on the rise. Our vision is to raise up a generation of Christian leaders. And we want to change the lives of children by preaching the gospel because we believe that it's only the God that changes a life forever. And so we're honored to partner with you and thrilled for Calvary Crosslink and what you're doing, not only here in the valley, but around the world. So thank you so much for partnering with us. I'm going to invite up your Pastor John to share with you. So let's give him a hand. Thank you, buddy.
We all having fun tonight? I'm telling you, it's been fun. Absolutely. I want to just challenge you. 4 years ago, I had no idea about New Missions. I had no idea about Haiti. I had no idea about the needs and the challenges there. And I really didn't until I saw it firsthand. About 3 years ago, I had the privilege to go and to follow Tim around for several days to see the work that they're doing and the impact that they're making. And what I told our leadership team when I came back, and several of them are in the room, Robbie and Randy and Terry and some of the staff, Jordan, some of those guys are here. I told them, I said, I cannot go and see what I saw and come back the same. I can't go and see what a little boy like this is living in terms of his reality, where he sleeps, what he drinks, how his family functions, and come back here and come back to my air-conditioned home, my comfortable life, my nice car, everything that I enjoy. I can't come back and be the same. And I wish I could take you there tonight. I wish I could take every single one of you to this place, to this beautiful island that looks like everything you would see in the Caribbean if you took a cruise. I mean, the beautiful water, the beaches, the scenery, the trees, the fruit, all the things. It's gorgeous, but it's wrapped in unbelievable poverty. Not just poverty from financial issues and poverty from nutritional issues and poverty from housing issues. There's a spiritual poverty there a desperate spiritual poverty. So when Tim says that the local church is the greatest force for good globally, he's looking at his own context saying the local church is the only thing that's going to make a difference in Haiti. All the nations of the world have poured billions upon billions of dollars in financial aid and in humanitarian aid, and it's made very little difference. The one thing that's making a difference there is the church of the Lord Jesus Christ, making disciples and training people and equipping people and making differences in the lives of people. And we get to be a part of that tonight. Multiple levels you get to be a part of that tonight. And one level you get to be a part of it. I'm going to invite our ushers in just a moment to come and prepare to take an offering for us this evening. Tonight's night was completely free for you. The popcorn was free. The church underwrote that. The comedian, all the things you're enjoying is completely free. And it's completely free because we wanted to start tonight at zero so that every dollar that came in can invest in a ministry that's making disciples across the nations, specifically in the poorest nation of the world, the nation of Haiti. So I want to invite you to give generously and sacrificially to this incredible ministry, to just take the opportunity tonight to invest in it. So if you've got cash or a check, make it out to Calvary Crosslink, and you can invest it in that regard and make sure that we'll write one large check to New Missions once it all comes in. Many of you may be like me. You don't carry cash. You don't have a checkbook on you. And if that's the case, that's okay too. We're going to be set up in the Connection Center through the double doors back there where you got your popcorn, right there at the children's check-in with a computer, that if you'd like to make a gift or a donation by debit card or by credit card, that they'll be willing and able to take that from you as well. So back whenever we dismiss in just a moment, go, and you're going to probably have to stand in line, but go stand in line and wait to invest in this ministry, to give generously to this incredible ministry, making a difference in the poorest nation of the world. Haiti's only 775 miles off the coast of Miami, Florida. And I've been to both places. I've been to the opulence of South Beach and then gotten on a plane and flown into Port-au-Prince and saw people living in places that we wouldn't allow our dogs to live in, and realized that I can't see what I've seen and come back unchanged. So 2 levels I'm going to invite you to be involved with. The offering in just a moment. Give faithfully and generously. And then do what Ashley and I have done. Ashley and I decided years ago whenever we first got involved is that we wanted to get children the same age as our kids. So I've got Gracie and Eli down here on the front row. My daughter's 7, my son is 4. And I got a chance to kind of connect them with some people in T. Revere specifically, because that was the church and school that we were building there. And so we adopted and have been the last several years investing $30 a month per kid. So $60 total of our family budget goes out automatically. I pay it like I just pay a bill. My kids pray for, invest in, they talk about, they write notes to, they spend time discussing. Eli says, yeah, Watson's my brother, and he's still convinced that Watson's going to come live with us one day. I haven't been able to correct that quite yet, but his impression is that's going to happen, and I love the fact that he's so connected to him. In just a few years, Gracie will be old enough, I'll be able to take her to Haiti and introduce her to Galanda that I've met several times. But we want to be a part of that, and one of the things that we want to do is get our children focused on somewhere outside their own context. That's one great way to do it, to introduce them to, through this opportunity for child sponsorship, introduce them to a child that lives in another place, that lives in an entirely different context. So I'm going to invite you to get involved, first of all, on the offering side. Give something, give a gift, give something extravagant, give something unique, give something unusual, just something that's going to affect you. Give it to the kingdom of God through this incredible ministry called New Missions. And then secondly, I'd invite you to at least pick up one of these packets. The first 22 people to the tables back there will get a child from T. Revere, which is the church and school you already built as a part of Calvary Crosslink, but your giving has already built it, and you'll be able to sponsor some of the kids that are attending that school and participating. And when those 22 run out, go ahead and sponsor other ones they've got available from other villages around Haiti and around New Missions. I want to invite you to do it. Every single time I've ever challenged you, church, to give and give big, you've done it every single time, and tonight I'm doing it again. I want you to give. I want you to give in a major way and make a radical difference in the lives of thousands of children in the poorest nation of the world. And God will bless it, I know. Ushers, come on at this time. Get ready to collect our offering. You can give by cash or check. Like I say, make it out to Crosslink. If you need to give by credit or debit card, then you can slip out through the double doors into the Connection Center. When the service is dismissed, there'll be somebody back there on the computer. They can take your credit or debit card. You can give that way as well. Every single dime tonight, not one dime is going to popcorn, not one dime is going to anything, the overriding or any of those things. None of it's staying here at Crosslink. Every single dime we take in tonight goes straight to New Missions to invest in Haitian children and discipling them and building churches and investing in the kingdom of God. So I'll pray. These guys will collect the offering. You'll see a short video, and then we'll welcome Jonnie W back up here to entertain and to do some more comedy. So let's pray. Lord, we love you. We thank you for Jesus. We thank you for the privilege it is to belong to his church. We thank you, Father, that you've called us to make a difference, not only in our local community, but also the nations of the world. You tell us we're supposed to be witnesses for you in Jerusalem and Judea and Samaria and the uttermost parts of the world. You tell us that we're supposed to be the people. We're supposed to be the ones that speak up for those that can't speak for themselves. That you tell us, Lord, that as we've done to the least of these, so we've done for you. And surely the children of Haiti qualify as the least of these that we can do for them, and they're so doing do for you. Use us for your kingdom, Lord. Use us to make a difference here in the valley and around the world, Father. I thank you for the ministry of New Mission. I thank you for what they're accomplishing. 28 schools and churches and villages across Haiti, providing food and medical care, providing an education to children that otherwise would have no access to any of those things. God, we lift them up to you and ask that, Father, this ministry would be blessed. I pray as we give not just out of what we think we can do, but like the Corinthian church that Paul commended, that we would give to our ability, that we would give even beyond our ability, Father, and sacrifice to make an investment in your kingdom, and it'll be used to further your kingdom in the nation of Haiti. We love you. We thank you for Jesus. We thank you that he came as a missionary from heaven, that he might make us missionaries for heaven, and we joyfully invest in your kingdom through this ministry. In Christ's name we pray. Amen and amen.
What do you do? To my attention came this truth that you need me like I need you. See, we've got issues, we've got problems, things that need resolving, but if united we can solve them. You see, I am hope for the next generation. I'm making a difference, my love's on display. Yes, I am change for the city I live in. This movement we're building is strong. All together now, sing it out. I am hope, yes, I am hope, yes, I am hope, yes, I am hope. Sing it out. I am hope, yes, I am hope, yes, I am hope, yes. Sing it out. Sing it out.
Awesome, man. Give Tim and Pastor John a hand, man. They're doing great, man. That's great. It's great. Like I said, I grew up in church and grew up singing those songs in church, man. Singing, oh man, gosh. Grew up playing on the worship team. That's how I really cut my teeth playing the guitar, man. And Nashville's different, man. You know, you got to audition for the worship team in Nashville, you know. Church I grew up in wasn't like that, man. It was just like you didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings, so you just put a bunch of mics on stage and just let everybody go, you know. And everybody's got that person in their church that wants to sing a special because the Lord gave me this song. The Lord gave it to me, and I'm going to give it to you. And you want so bad to be like, look, I spoke with the Lord. And he would like for you to keep your song deep, deep down inside. Could you please hide it under a bushel? I would just appreciate the rest of us. It's hard though, man. And you just do the best you can, but you know. And I embarrass myself sometimes in church. It's true, because I get invited to do it last Sunday morning sometimes now. It's like, oh, I want you to come in. Johnny, can you come in and do some comedy? Maybe share the gospel, share your testimony. Hey, I'd love to do that. Love to do that, Pastor. Can our worship team come up and do some songs before you come up? That's what we're used to. Hey, that's fine, Pastor. But they don't have like the words on the screen like you guys have here probably, you know. So I'm in these churches sometimes. They don't have the words on the screen. I'm just like, I'm on the front row. Everybody's looking at me like, who's the new guy? Why isn't he participating? And so I've learned to just sing out what I think they're singing. Don't do that. Don't do that. It mess you up. A couple of years ago, I was in a church, and this song was brand new then. Everybody does it now. You know, if you do any kind of modern worship at your church, you know this song. It's called Oh, How He Loves Us. Very beautiful song. Oh, How He Loves Us. It goes like this. It goes, He is jealous for me. Loves like a hurricane. I am a tree. Well, that's beautiful, you guys. That's like poetry. But that ain't what I heard. Not what I sang. So I was like, He is Muhammad Ali. Floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee. They asked me to leave, okay? They tased me. Asked me to leave. Hurt my feelings. Can happen though, man. It's weird. It's different. Church is different, man. It's growing up in church is different. I had, questions all the time in church. Like I said, I grew up in my church. It was a little bit different. We were a Pentecostal church. Stuff went on sometimes. I didn't know what was going on. We had one lady in my church. She'd just get up and start running around, She'd just run laps. And I was like 10 years old. I asked my mom, I was like, what's she doing? My mom said, she's doing a Jericho march. She's doing Jericho march. I was like, what? Hadn't she read that story? It didn't go too well for Jericho, if I remember right. Somebody better tackle her at 6. Don't let her get to 7. Please don't let her get to... Oh, man, it's hard. Everyone wanted to know, somebody was already asking me backstage too, what the W is for, Jonnie W. It's because I have a hard to pronounce last name. That's a pretty simple explanation. My last name is Baxter. No, just kidding. No, my last name is Wethington. It seems easy enough, Wethington, but I get Washington and Wellington and Liechtenstein. The worst is 3rd grade, though. I was always an awkward kid anyway, and I'm at a new school, and we have a hard to pronounce last name. You're always afraid when the teachers call and roll, they're going to get it wrong, and everybody's going to tease you the whole year. So I'm just like, please get it right. She gets to the W's. I'm like, come on, lady, let's do this, Wethington. She's like, alrighty, Walker, okay. Watson, Weigh a ton. Weigh a ton on the back. Can I just head home now and develop an eating disorder? Thank you so much. Names are weird that way. My wife worked in Nashville for a long time for a Middle Eastern doctor. His name was spelled D-U-B-E. People come in all the time. They don't want to pronounce it wrong. I'm here to see Dr. Dubé. I've got an appointment with Dr. Dubé, please. She's like, it's okay. It is Dr. Doobie. We've made peace with it. He is Dr. Doobie. And my favorite part about that is he is a joint specialist. That is true, 100%. Sometimes the jokes write themselves. It makes me happy. But I don't know, man. But I was awkward in school, man, and that's what happened. 3rd grade, it didn't end there. 4th grade, though, I figured out I had a gift. I knew that I was special. I didn't know that I was funny yet, but I knew that I was an amazing speller, right? Yeah, I could spell, you guys. And I knew that this gift was going to lead to popularity and girls. It did not. But I made it to the state finals of my spelling bee. I was going to represent my school. I was all excited, But I have night terrors even then. I had the worst nightmare of my life that night, going into my 4th grade year, man. I'm in this room like this in my nightmare. Spotlights are on me, and the moderator gives my word in my dream. It's like the voice of God, and I'm just shaking. Here's how my dream went.
Concupiscent. Oh, I do not know that one.
Can I have the language of origin, please?
The origin is Latin.
That does not help me at all. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Sure. The word I want you to spell is concupiscent.
It did not go well. It's hard, man. It didn't end. Middle school, no better. I was a little chubby kid in middle school. I had asthma. I liked the asthma. That was great. It got me out of gym class sometimes. There you go. It's good stuff. Had my old asthma excuse laminated. There you go. That's your copy. Alrighty. I'm going to have a seat back here. Oh, we're climbing the big rope today. I don't think so. I will not be getting friction burns on my crotch. I'm going to have a seat back here and wheeze to myself. But then 9th grade came. It's a different world, man. Mr. Bledsoe, the new gym teacher, he didn't have it. What is this, asthma? I can cure asthma. You gonna what? You guys, his cure for asthma, he made me run suicides. Do you guys know what that is? A horrifying series of wind sprints. They call it suicides. I don't know who named that, but let me tell you something. If you make a little fat kid run back and forth until he dies, that is homicide. That is not... They will prosecute you. I'm almost positive. It's weird. But gym class is not for us, man. It's not for the athletic kids. It's not for the little doughy kids like me, man. It wasn't. Let's take these red balls and hurl them at the slow ones. That's weird. That's Lord of the Flies. Stop it. Even the names of some of these games let you know it's not for you, you know? Red Rover, come separate my shoulder. You're injuring children. You're hurting people. But the worst day by far, oh my gosh, in gym class for me was the 10th grade, the President's Physical Fitness Challenge Day. Did they do that in Virginia? They gotta stop. It's like the Hunger Games. They made us buddy up in Tennessee when I was a kid. It's like, get yourself a buddy. We're going to time each other. Get you a buddy. I don't have a buddy. I'm the shyest kid in the class. I look up, everybody's got a buddy but me. I look down the end of the bleachers. There's a girl. I don't even know her in my class. She's all that's left. I'm like, they're not going to put a girl with me. They did. Come on, Sally, come down here. You'll be with Johnny. Now, he's going to do jumping jacks for a minute. Time him on that. Then he's going to do push-ups for a minute. Time him. Then you're going to hold his feet. He's going to do sit-ups for a minute. Yeah, that turned pretty quickly into a game of how many times can Johnny fart into the face of a stranger before she begins to cry. And the answer is 17. 17 times is the number. It's hard, man. But it's awkward. Everybody's awkward. And you never grow out of it, man, you know? Even if you're here tonight and you think you're cool, I promise you you're not cool, you know? And if you're in your 20s and you're like, I got this, wait till you hit 40. I just turned 40. Anybody like about to turn 40? Anybody about to like 38, 39? Let me tell you what's about to happen, sir. In the middle of the night, for no reason, 1 or 2 of your eyebrow hairs will grow about 6 inches and lay down on your face. Like a sheepdog. I don't know, how does it happen? I go to sleep, it's like Play-Doh Fun Factory. What's happening? It's weird. I don't like it, man. I don't like getting older, you know, and but it's okay. But you need it. I mean, getting older, it humbles us, man, and that's why we have our family that way, you know. My mom, like I said, my mom growing up in the house with my mom, she was an old school, man. She was an old school mom, man. I remember I was 15, I came to her, I was like, Mom, I'm gonna get I want to get a tattoo and some piercings. She was like, that is so neat. Where are you gonna live? So that was a cool conversation we had. She was old school, man. She spanked us. I don't know if people don't spank their kids anymore. That's fine, whatever, you know. My mom did the alternative punishments sometimes, like not today's alternative punishments, you know, like you go to your room with your DVD player and your Xbox. No, that's Disneyland. What are you doing? Come on, parents. But like my mom, she made us write scripture sometimes. You know, I'd have my brother in a headlock. She's like, we don't do that. We don't do that. Did your mom ever tell you that? Like something that you don't do that you're doing? You know, we don't do that. We're doing it right now. We do it all the time. We don't do that. She'd sit us across the table from each other, you know. She'd be like, you're going to write 1 Corinthians 13 7 times, the whole chapter 7 times. You're going to learn to love your brother. That's the love chapter of the Bible, if you don't know it. 1 Corinthians 13. I don't know if it had the intended effect, to be honest with you. So we were like, love is patient, love is kind, love is not easily provoked. I hate you. Love does not seek its own way. If you don't stop kicking me into the table, I will strangle you to death. They will never find your body. But family, man, they'll humble you too. And that happens. My brother got even. You know, I used to pick on him a lot. Now he gets even because I'm the one that moved away. So now I got to go home for holidays. And what does he do? Puts me on the airbed. Who had to deal with that these past holidays? Oh my gosh, my back is still not recovered. Why can't they make an airbed? It sounds so amazing, doesn't it? I'll be sleeping on a cloud of air. It's a pool toy, okay? That's all it is. You're sleeping on a pool toy. And they don't hold the air. The air leaks out in the middle of the night. How long have we been making air beds? They can't put one that holds the air. I wake up, I'm on the floor, and the thing is around me. I laid down on a mattress. I woke up in an inflatable shame taco. It's wrong. It's not right. But it's all good, man. I don't know. But hopefully you can really connect after the show. I really do hope that. And you can find me on, some of you guys probably looked at my videos on YouTube. I know they put some videos out. And you can find me. I like YouTube. It's fun. People send me videos all the time, you know. They think I like it. Oh, you love this one, man. You too. So you'll think this is hilarious. I got one yesterday. It was the talking dog video. You guys seen it? We're convinced in America that our dogs are trying to send secret messages to us through their howling. I don't know why. Like your dog, it's not enough that your dog is just like a dog. No. He's wanting to say something. He's wanting to say something to me. And it's always the dog saying like really nice things. Like, I love you. There's like 5 or 10 I love you videos. You click on Single Spool Dog. Rah, rah, rah. I don't know what they're doing to that dog. First of all, they're tasing that dog, you guys. Let's be real. And your dog would never say, I love you if it could talk. Be honest with yourselves. Come on, man. Your dog's had it up to here with you, okay? And my dog's stupid. I have a dog named Mojo. He gets out all the time. He's always chasing things in the neighborhood. Anybody have a dog like that? Just runs things down. It's no good. It's always getting me in trouble. Anything with wheels, he hates spoked wheels with a passion. Anything, like a bike or a motorcycle or a wheelchair last week. That was awesome. Thank you, Mojo. You rescued me from the handicap person. We have to move again. Thank you so much. But the other week, I let him out on the porch to go to the bathroom. He chased 2 Mormons into a ditch. They were going on their missionary journey. I was on the porch. I didn't know what to say. I was like, sorry. He is Methodist. I froze. I didn't know what to say. So weird. Your dog, there's no way your dog would say, I love you if you could talk. That's cool, man. If your dog could talk, it would go more like this. Hey, I really appreciate this dry kibble that you've been feeding me in a bowl on the ground. Wonderful. Yeah. Oh, you had a juicy hamburger. Good for you. No, I don't know. And thank you for squeezing me into that sweater that you got me for Christmas. What a thoughtful gift. Yeah, I look so stylish, don't I? Yeah. Oh, look, I've left you a present. And for the last time, will you stop with the baby talk? I am 47 years old. I'm a grown-up and expect to be treated as such. And I'm going to head over here and chew on my butt for about an hour. See you later. It's hard though. I don't know. Let's see what else can I do for you guys. Let's do a little revised. I think it's time in the show again, once again, to get a little random here and maybe do another joke medley. Thought it was really cool when my dad pulled my loose tooth as a kid using the old string around the doorknob method. It was less cool when he took out my tonsils. I was really nervous about trying steroids, but Lance Armstrong assured me it's just like riding a bike. If you're illiterate, you probably live your life by a set of unwritten rules. I closed a restaurant in my neighborhood the other day because the chef had head lice. He made everything from scratch. That one was gross. But it got a laugh, so here we go. I think the slogan for Imodium AD should be, do yourself a solid. Wish I lived in Bible days sometimes. How come when David throws a rock at a giant, they make him king? But when I do it, they kick me out of the Laker game. I think life is 10% what happens to you and 95% how you react to it. 17% math. I don't speak Latin per se. Just those 2 words, really. A woman in France married a stone bridge last week. I said, how's it going? She said, well, marriage can really take a toll on you. My buddy got a job the other day selling doors, door to door. I said, how do you get a job like that? He said, well, there's a screening process. Growing up in a conservative household, I was taught to believe that bikinis were of the devil. But I gotta tell you, once I squeezed into it, I've never felt more alive. Thank you very much. That was the joke medley, and I hope that you enjoyed. Thanks very much. Can I do some giveaways? I want to do one more song. Can I do some giveaways? You guys want some free stuff? Maybe free stuff, free things? Yeah. I've got some things in a table in the back. A lot of people are weird about like setting up a table and selling stuff at a church event, you know. Not me. I've got a mortgage, so if you could just help in any way. No, I'll have this stuff in the back, and hopefully I'll get to meet some of you guys too. This is my CD and my DVD that I just put out. It's called Angry Sandwich, and I'm very proud of it. And these are normally $15 each, but tonight I made a deal with Pastor John and Tim, and these are going to be $35 each. So I just, what a deal. No, these are just 10. These will be $10 each. Just you can get in CD form or in video form, depending on if you want to see me or just hear me. And I want to throw these out, but these are really sharp. Just please be careful if you just please know that these are coming and they're sharp, because I don't want to just get lodged into a lady last week. I felt so bad. She came up to the street. She's like, I didn't even like you, but your songs got stuck in my head. So just please be careful. That's all I'm saying. And there's one for you there. And then I've got a couple of shirts out there, and a good catch there. Oh. Play for Virginia's football team, I guess. Oh, sad. That was hateful and true. It's my favorite kind of hateful. I got shirts in the back. This one says, I don't speak Latin per se, and so that's for somebody. And then there you go. What would Jesus do? Good grief. Trample each other. And then this one just says, people who don't believe in autocorrect go straight to heel. So this one's, let's wing this one over there somewhere. There you go. And good catch there. And so I want to do one last song. I get to travel. This is my favorite thing that I get to do, is getting to meet different groups of people every night, man, in different cities. I was in Nebraska about a month ago, Kearney, Nebraska. Beautiful people. There are 3 cows for every 1 person in Kearney, Nebraska. And it smells like it, but it's a lot of cows. I love that, though. Like, there's a lot of farmers there, ranchers. I never met a Jolly Rancher while I was there. I did not, I don't understand where they got the name for that candy, Jolly Rancher. If you meet a rancher who is jolly, you guys, he is growing pot. I'm just going to say, put it out there, call the cops. Something's wrong. Should not be jolly. But I love the idea of farming. Like, people plant things, grow. It's amazing. Like, farming is amazing. Because I'm kind of a lazy guy, man. I work an hour a day sometimes. It's and I like it that way. Leave me alone. But it's hard. And because the thing about being a farmer is your farm can't talk to you and tell you what it needs. It's not that kind of relationship, any more than your dog can tell you that it loves you, I think if your farm could talk to you and tell you what it needs, though, tonight, as a farmer, I think that it would go a little something like this. Go ahead and cue that last song. Give a hand to the sound and lighting people. They're doing great for you there. You hoe another row, you scatter seeds across the ground. You water every day and you never forget to plow. You tell me that you'll feed me, still my leaves are turning brown with decay. Oh, I'm feeling kinda edgy, you killed all the veggies now. It's a shame that it's too late to fertilize. I said it's too late. It's too late to fertilize. I said it's too late. Oh no. You're working in the dirt with no shirt in the middle of June. That's right, this is happening. Yeah, you're skin is looking red as a beach, wrinkled as a prune. Yes, it is. Oh, it happens time and time again, but you never learned anyway. Oh, you played around with fire. Don't be mad when you get burned. You better find some shade, 'cause it's too late to moisturize. That's right, it's too late. He really is crispy, holy moly. I said it's too late to moisturize. You know it's too late. It's too late to moisturize. Yeah. It's too late to moisturize. Yeah. You hold another rose, scatter seeds across the ground. I'm Jonnie W. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. Have a great night. Let's hand it back off to Pastor John. Welcome him as he comes.
One more time for Jonnie W. Nice job. Amen. If there's one thing I've learned this evening is that our ushers are way underprepared with tasers and whatnot. They just don't. We got to find room in the budget for some of those. Amen. Y'all have fun tonight? Yeah? It's been good? All right, amen. I'm excited. It's been a great night all the way around. I thank you for being here, for giving, for participating, and all those things. Please hear me when I say don't run off as soon as we finish up. Go and filter into the back room. I know it's very tight in there, and there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of things going on. But you need to see the pictures of these Haitian kids. You need to get in there, check out the things Johnny has on his table. Also, if you want to be a part of giving this evening to the love offering, then go to the check-in desk at Kids Link. It's through those back double doors. If you're not familiar with our building, through those back double doors and through the single door into that back room where you got the popcorn, and they'll be set up to take those gifts, and so invest. Listen, I love you. It's been a wonderful night. I'm so thankful for every one of you being here, and I hope you've had a good time. If you don't have a church home, this is not your church home, you don't have one, join us next Sunday, 8:30, 10, 11:30, and 6 are the service times and options. I hope you have a good time. Stand to your feet, shake some hands, speak to some people. You're dismissed. We'll see you next week. God bless you. Bye-bye.